So finishing up the forage contract from last time. So the forage harvester is on auto drive going back. I'm going to park the trailer full of chaff over at the sell point, and we're going to have a go at this mowing for the chaff. So I've added in tip anywhere, which allows you to mow anywhere as well. The thing to bear in mind with this, and thank you Kartek for reminding me the other day, when you forage harvest these crops you get chaff, which works when you green mow it. Well, it works because that's what the game's expecting. When you green mow it and then bale it or pick it up, you get crop swath. So it won't work for delivering, for completing the contract, but this is our excess, so it will work and it should give us some more. So I did say I would have a look at my video on this before I did it, but I didn't. So, you know, it's been a pretty manic bit of time. It seems like things are not letting up on the old stress front, but hey, here we are, and leaving a strip of shame. And I just thought this would be interesting, so I did have a look at diving into the chaff missions to tweak what we got so that we could change the field type that was expected, but it looks like it would need some quite significant work. And my lure's not that good. It's not a simple like 1 or 2 word change. So yeah, I'm just going to go with this, and we'll get the excess that we get. Yeah, obviously, it's just a test. It's bonus feed for the animals. So yeah, just a fun thing to try. Because you guys know I like experimenting with this stuff. So yeah. I haven't brought the wrapper over. What I plan to do is I'm just going to bale it in the field. I will bring over the bale trailer. I will take the bales back to the farm and we'll bale it at the farm. So that's my plan. I did say last time, I think in FS19 you could only round bale this stuff. In fact, I think I'm not even sure you could do this. You could do this with some crops in FS19, I think. It's been so long that I'm struggling to remember. I know for maize, if you tried to bale maize, you could only do it with a round baler, pretty sure. In FS22, because it's been done to be a bit more generic, you can make any type of bale. This would probably be alright actually, because it's been mown, so it's a lot like grass. I think it's more with maize, where you put it through the chopper, you get little bits, and then baling it wouldn't work. But this should be okay actually, because it's just mowed green crop, so it should bale okay, I would have thought. Yeah, but we'll wrap it back at the farm a little bit. You know, we can complete the contract. We're out of the farmer's way who owns the field. He's been generous enough to let us do this little test with the bit that he didn't want. So yeah, let's go with that, shall we? So yeah, it's Sunday afternoon at the moment. I am home alone because the old family member that was in hospital came out of hospital. He's sadly back in hospital. So Mrs. D is back on visiting duties, and I'm taking the opportunity to have a chat to you guys. So yeah, here is I used the telehandler to bring over the bale trailer. That's the word, because we will need the telehandler back at the yard to put the bales out for bale wrapping. So yep, there are a few more. There's a fairly big one there. Field 39 for 14 grand. I was somewhat tempted, and I still am somewhat tempted. I've got my eyes in the sales to pick up a bigger forage harvester. Forage harvesting that we did was really painful last year with the little forage harvester that we've got. So yeah, I am looking in the sales for a bigger forage harvester, and that would mean that we could then hammer through more foraging contracts. So we've also got a lot of baiting contracts queued up. Those are predominantly the focus of today's video, and they include a smidge of a mistake. It's just a smidge of a mistake. So yeah, I'm not sure what I was doing there, but anyway, let's go grab these bales using universal auto load, because why not? It gets used quite heavily on this save actually, and a nice change of pace. Always manually stacking. So we'll get these back to the main farm and get them wrapped in the morning, because it's getting fairly late. So the last thing that I need to do, I don't know why I kept going into this menu, I need to deliver the chaff to finish the mission. So there we are. So it's parked right by the delivery point. So we'll get this finished, make a little bit of money, and go on to making even more money with baiting contracts. So the main reason I need to do the baiting contracts is for animal feed. We are very short of animal feed. The cows have been grazing up until, you know, through the beginning of May, but I'm not convinced that there's enough crop in the pasture to graze them continuously. So £6,000 for that contract. So I need to get a stock of feed. I would also really like to go back to doing more beef like we were doing before. So that was a really nice way of upping how much money we could earn. So something that I really want to have a look at. Who's ready for some fun? This is a universal auto load bale trailer. One of the ways universal auto load works is if you are near the trailer, it will grab the bale. Okay, there we go. It auto loaded it for me. Yeah, a bit frustrated. So I'm just going to put these on the ground in front of the bale wrapper and then drive forwards and pick them up with the wrapper and get them wrapped so that these can ferment. And I'm trying to remember, I think possibly because these count as mission bales, they might auto ferment. They might auto ferment. So we will have a look. They are different sizes because I was making bales of different sizes, because why wouldn't you do that? I think I reduced it to a smaller bale size because I didn't think we would get big bales off the field. So yeah. So last week was pretty grim. I don't remember. I have recorded the Glenarthen video at this point, and I don't remember how much I spoke about it. I think I might have, but if I didn't, or if you don't watch those videos, basically Mrs. D had a bit of a cancer scare and had to wait a little while to have all the tests done, and those were happening last week, and she got the all clear from that, but it meant that by the end of last week I was exhausted and I just didn't feel like making videos. So yeah, that's why there was the little break. Maybe not as long as I thought it would be, but there was a little break. Right, contracts onwards. So I've taken grass working contracts on, I think it's every grass field on the map that we don't own. There might be one that we haven't taken, and I thought they were all silage. We will come back to that. So I'm not going to show you, you probably guessed from the length of the video, I'm not going to show me doing, I don't know how many grass working contracts it is that I did. I did a fair bit of this with Courseplay. The way that I like to do these kind of really big jobs is I will mix up what I do and what Courseplay does. And if you've watched me do videos like this in the past, you'll know that what I'll do probably actually is show you most of the work that I do on the first field, and then we'll skip through the process as we go. And that's how I like to do it. You guys get to see a bit of the work, but you don't see the monotony and repetition of doing so many baling contracts. But we desperately need more feed, and it's one of those things that are going to feed back. If we get more feed, we can get more cows. If we get more cows, we can do more beef. If we do more beef, we can make more money, which means we can buy more land, which means we can make more feed of our own. So I'm really curious to see how much we get off of the grass field that we own. So we'll see with that as to how that pays, and well, not pays, how much it produces. And I need to have a look at what we go for. We might actually end up making some hay, because we've got quite a lot of silage at the end of this video. The other thing that I want to do, so in a previous video, we diversified a bit with the homebrew. So homebrewing our own herbicide and fertilizer. I have not yet sold any of that. It's currently stacking up. Basically, my plan is that I think in July, maybe June, but probably July, we will go around all of the fields and make sure that they've got all of their fertilizer done, and then sell everything from that production to bring in a bunch of cash. But I do want to diversify more on here. I know. And that's partly to allow us to speed up the progression on here. We've still got a long way to go, and we're on 49 episodes. At this rate, we wouldn't even be done by 100, I don't think. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a leaf, and I'm not going to go stupid before you panic. I'm going to take a leaf out of Mr. CDP's book. Not sure of the right phrase there. Did you guys watch his recent video where he did not farm and he just stuck down a bunch of place balls? We're going to do a little bit of that. So around Saxthorpe there are some small empty plots of land, and there's one in particular that I've got my eye on. It's down the road from here, and I'm thinking that I'm going to buy that and put up a radio antenna, mobile phone mast kind of thing, which generates a monthly income. So what do you think of that? It might have happened by the time this video comes out, because I'm still recording stuff in the background. I'm actually partway through recording the next of these videos, so trying to get ahead on some stuff again. Yeah, but it may have already happened, but I'm curious what you guys think of me doing things a little bit differently. So yeah, on to the baling. I've baled the headlands, and we are on to the up down rows, and then I'll get these bales wrapped. Horseplay is already at work over there mowing the next field, and I guess now, maybe not now actually, I'm just looking at my notes. In a bit we will talk about some stuff. I have notes because I wasn't sure how long it would be between me recording this video and me doing the commentary, so I actually made some notes when I was editing. Right, so we're going to get the baler going over here on Horseplay, and I'm going to do the wrapping. Yeah, you can kind of see on the map actually. How observant are you guys? Can you spot the problem? So screw it, let's talk about it now. If you look on the map here, you will see that Better Contracts adds icons to the fields that you have contracts in. The icon on field 43 is for silage. We will come back to this in a bit, but the icons on fields 3 and 4 are for hay. I ignore that. And hey, we're going to bale and wrap this field because we're doing silage contracts, right? Yep, good. So yeah, I got basically, I think, most of field 4 baled before I realised that we had a problem. Yeah. So after a moment, I kind of then went, well, but every other contract except field 43 was for hay. So I gamble basically on, is there enough excess hay off of the other fields to cover the fact that I made silage off of field 4? And if there wasn't, I guess I was going to have to buy the guy some hay. So yeah, I think this was when I realised, or coming up is when I realised. So we are, yeah, we're in field 4 and we have everything going basically. Mower's on course play, the baler's on course play, the wrapper is on course play, and I am picking up bales. So, and you can see we've got a fair bit of this field baled and wrapped. And yeah, what I was doing here, I'm not sure why, we got one bale that didn't insta ferment. It was a bit weird. I am trying, field 43 doesn't need that many silage bales. So I'm trying to pick up enough grass silage bales to deliver for that contract. So I've already stacked all the bales in field 43 there in an almost complete stack on the side of the field. Because this doesn't need that many bales. I think it's 6 bales, 5 or 6 to complete the contract. So yeah. So you can see Courseplay doing the bale wrapping up there in the little doits. It did the job. The other thing that we had, and I've just realised why, I had 1 bale of whole crop silage. I think that's because the baler was mostly full of crop swath when I started. I think that's why. I'm not certain, but I think so. Yeah, so there we go. That's not quite enough. And this is one of the other, this is it. This is where I realised that these are all hay contracts, except for field 43. You can see me going backwards and forwards through the menu, go back into the menu and double check. And yeah, so that was one mistake. I now only have 48,000 of the 49,000 litres that I need to deliver for this contract on the back of the trailer. So I'm going to have to go and grab another bale. You don't have to watch me do that, but we are going to need another bale. So yeah, I think that issue with the contracts kind of threw me, and we delivered 98%. That was required. I need to complete field 43 because we need to get a windrower, because we don't have a windrower. I have a tedder, I don't have a windrower, so we can't actually make, well, we can make hay, we can't windrow it. So there you go, bale delivered, contract claimed, and yeah, we'll buy ourselves a windrower now. So yeah, we really had as much kit as I own running, almost as I own running doing these jobs now. So we haven't got a lot of cash. I used the Samaz a lot, so I didn't really want to use that. I didn't really want to spend all our cash on the Swadro, and it puts a swath to the side, which is not going to be as friendly with using Courseplay, which is what I'm doing for these jobs to be able to get through a lot of work. So went into ModHub, downloaded a new one, went over to the store to pick it up. The Krone Swadro 900, £25,000. But annoyingly, the store delivered it to our farm for us. Store deliveries. So yeah, I went and picked that up, and you can see now. So I brought over the feeder tractor to run the tedder. We have the little tiny doits on the swather, or the windrower, and it's doing a job. It's doing a job. We're in the last field now, so it's being tedded and windrowed, and we're going to get the baler going as well. to get everything picked up, and then I need to, all of the bales are still in the field, so the only bales that I've delivered are the bales we needed to complete the contract on field 43. So I am going to have to do many trips to deliver everything to actually finish the contracts. So, you know, everything was working, and you can see that there, I used the 8 series for carting. We didn't really need it for any of the field work, and it's a 39-mile-an-hour tractor, so it was actually really good for doing the carting work because it's powerful, so it can pull the heavy bale trailers. The bale trailers are heavy, you do need that horsepower, and it's fast, and we're going most of the way across the map, so we're all good. You can see, just quickly checking that the cows are still grazing. Yeah, let's pick some bales up, shall we? I think I was confusing my keys there because I ended up resetting the sell point, not enabling bale collecting mode. So this is field 3, the first field that got made into hay, and one of the bigger fields. So this yielded quite a lot of hay, which is good because we needed to make up for the fact that that field there is full of silage bales, not hay bales. I'm a massive noob. Or I was stressed, and so I still enjoy playing FS to relax, and I was tired and stressed, and so I was playing my farming game. And I think you guys know that pretty much when I play my farming game, it's to make video. Well, not to make video, but I was recording because I was playing my farming game. So I say it like that because that's kind of, you know, how family think about it. It's like I also play that pirate game. Yeah. I am very close now. I think I might have spoken about this in the Glenlarden video, which I recorded the commentary for fairly late last night. Very close to having the budget PC video done, which is going to be very cool. It's going to be very cool. I'm looking for, well, I'm a bit nervous about that one. I'm a bit apprehensive because A, it's very different, and B, I fear that it could lead to lots of questions about, I found this, will it play FS? And basically the video says right at the start, or it will say right at the start, I'm not going to answer those questions. So yeah. Anywho, let's start delivering some bales, shall we? So each trailer load is a decent amount, which is why I said they're quite heavy, you know. It's why baling's efficient as well for moving crop around, because, you know, if you think like a forage wagon will hold like 50,000 litres maybe, this bale trailer was 168,000 litres. Yeah, it's so much more. It's why I like baling even when I'm doing silage, because it's so much easier to move it around the map. In the maize silage, I'm moving by the lorry load, and at one point was using at least a lorry load a month. Being a bit more careful about backing them into the sell point now so that they don't fall off the back like that one does, which I will go and grab in a second thanks to Universal Auto Load. So 2 trailers has done pretty much most of field 3's delivery. So yep, I mean a few more. I think this is the last of the bales that we actually need to deliver to complete the contract. So yeah, looking at the time as well. So, and I say thank you to the patrons and YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you've made this kind of mistake before, stick a comment below. And yeah, hopefully we'll see how things go this week. Bear with me if things stop, because we have a very ill member of the family in hospital. So yep, let's complete all these contracts. So oh yeah, we ended up with 120,000 litres of hay, 300,000 litres of grass silage, and 11,000 litres of whole crop from those contracts. So a decent amount of food from almost nothing. And we've still got 200,000 litres of maize silage as well. So we're in a pretty good place. And we had about 14 grand in the bank. We're up to 88, so £74,000. See you next time.